all of you. And at the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for having invited us and for us being a part of this absolute fabulous performance. You know, it would have been actually a loss for us in case we would not be here and witness a stupendous performance by the young students and the young children of the Northeast. The theme itself is very interesting. You know, it caught my eye, and there are two catchwords in this. One is Northeast, and the second is Buddhism. Both are interlinked, at the same time, both are distinct. Being part of the armed forces, I represent the armed forces of India. So being part of the armed forces, we are inextricably linked to both. I'll tell you how. With my personal examples, coming to Northeast first. Being a pilot myself, I have been flying right from when I got commissioned in the late 80s in the Northeast. I have flown to practically every village, every helipad, every airport in Arunachal Pradesh, and I have seen that place. The performance which we saw here, I witnessed it in early 1990 in a place called Geling, which is ahead of Incheon on that valley. Another place we saw the Monpas performing in Tawang, and we saw other performances in the Balong Valley. So every valley is actually imprinted in my memory. And I have got a deep love for Arunachal Pradesh because I have seen them and I have seen it and done that. And this during my first posting, and thereafter subsequently we continued to be there for a long time. I have done about 3 to 4 postings, and every posting has been a learning experience for me. Coming to the second aspect, the second catchword, which is Buddhism. I don't need to, expound anything about Buddhism because it has been so fabulously, brought out what exactly Buddhism is and how it is, how we need to live by the tenets of Buddhism. So I can't, express myself better as far as Buddhism goes. But as far as my association with Buddhism would be to attend and, be part of every function in the places which I used to go to. And this, of course, would not be restricted only to the Arunachal Pradesh region, because there, of course, I did go to the famous monasteries in Tawang, but equally I have been part of different monasteries in different regions by virtue of my postings. Whether it is, Rumtek in Sikkim, whether it is Thikse, Hemis and Spituk in Ladakh, whether it is the Lion Buddha in Thailand, whether it's the monasteries in Thimphu. You name it, and I have been there. So I have seen the culture, and I have seen the way the Buddhism is actually, they live their lives based on the tenets of Buddhism. And I cannot but say that this is the way to live, and this is the way to stay. Coming to the topic proper which the organizer asked me, of course, skill building is a thing which has come as a shock to me because I did not know I need to speak on skill building. But however, that's okay. The job of the armed forces there is to interact with the locals and also to communicate with them and to build a way of life for them. And for this, skill building is an extremely important activity which the armed forces are carrying out, especially the Indian Army, which is all along the borders in the Arunachal regions, and they're interacting with the local and building a better life for them. And I think it's a win-win situation for both, and I hope this thing continues. At the end, I just thank the organizers once again, and I think it will not be out of place for me if I say that the participants here deserve one more round of applause. So if you could please join me for a round of applause.